Okay, I'm just gonna wait for the signal. I think we should be live soon. Okay, I'm live. Perfect. Thank you. All right. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Shmuptember. This is my first, not my first RGL event, but my first shooter event. So very excited to be here. I'll be playing In the Hunt, which is a shooter by IREM, and we'll be basically playing the PlayStation port. So this game came in the arcades in 1993, and it got ported to the PlayStation and Saturn in 95. So I'm going to be playing the PlayStation 4, which is a very good port, and I'll be going through technically the option menu just to explain some differences. And yeah, I'm going to be going for 1cc, so hopefully we'll get it. So the reason why I'm playing the PlayStation port, two things. It has a PlayStation mode, which first I wanted to showcase. It's a pretty cool mode. And second, it's a bit more marathon safe as opposed to playing the arcade version, which is a bit more difficult overall, although there's not many huge differences. But that's what I'll be doing. I'll be playing PlayStation mode. To balance things out in difficulty, so I'll be doing hard mode instead of normal, and bringing the lives to 3 like the arcade game. The PlayStation port has the sound mode specific to the PlayStation, but we'll be playing the arcade mode or the arcade OSC, which is, in my opinion, a better one. And then you have the auto fire as well, which helps, especially this game is very machine heavy. So yeah, IREM, this was one of the games that they developed late, closer to when they actually went bankrupt. It's on their M92 board, and it's a very good game. It's a shooter, and yeah, without further ado, let's get to it. So you're controlling the submarine, and basically it's a fixed scrolling game. So we're gonna basically control the scrolling, which is good. And the story revolves around, well, story is not that important, obviously, but yeah, it's about, fighting the DAS society. Okay, let's get to it. So first you have 2 attacks. There is the torpedo attack and the missile attack. So the torpedo attack, it goes vertically, horizontally, and vertically you have the torpedo attack. The missile attack, which goes vertically. So you cover both grounds. So yeah, and as we are going, we're gonna try to collect power-ups. So you have 2 power-ups for the missile and 3 power-ups for the torpedo. And we'll be collecting them and choosing the correct ones for the routing. Because this game, obviously, it has some optimal routing, especially for 1cc. So we're gonna try to go it. And thanks for the good luck, guys. Okay, oof. That was a little bit of a mistake. I didn't want to lose my my shield. So one of the things in this PlayStation version is that, yeah, you have a shield which protects you from an extra hit, which turns to be better, especially in the marathon, and I'm glad I took it. You get a shield in almost every stage. There's a couple of stages that you don't get a shield, but most of the stages actually you get a shield. And the shield actually carries over from one stage to another. So it's very important to scroll the screen in a way that is not too dangerous. And I'm gonna be sometimes going faster and sometimes going slower depending on the difficulty of the stage. So the early stages typically are going to be slightly easier to go past, but the later stages are going to be a little bit, we're going to take our time. Okay, so first boss is relatively easy. You just need to know where to stand when it comes to the safe spot. And yeah, he has these attacks that are like relatively predictable. They're pretty they're pretty standard. So you just need to know where actually to stand and how to dodge them. But if you don't know, you're gonna get destroyed. Yeah, this game is brutal when it comes to first-timers. You're gonna die a lot. Yeah, the wacky arm is not too difficult, but he can be tricky, especially when you fight him. That wacky arm actually is a bit RNG, so you really need to stand in a specific spot and not move a lot, otherwise it might hit you. So second stage, so it's the canal. And this is an interesting stage because you're mostly closer to the surface. So you need to watch out for these enemies. And that's why we're gonna need actually the missile instead of the... so there's two power-ups for the attack. This attack we're doing here, the vertical attack, there is the torpedo. Sorry, not the torpedo. The mines or the... So there are the mines, sorry, and the missile. So the missile is obviously better because it homes on the enemies. And it's very helpful in this stage. So we're gonna try to scroll the screen faster to dodge all these enemies. You can take your time, but for this actually I choose to go faster so that I can kill like dodge a lot of the enemies. And you can see there's so many dangerous enemies. Okay, we're gonna have one attack. Yeah, it's very important to actually make sure not to take a hit here. So if you die, actually, you're gonna lose your power up. So hopefully we don't die. And this mid boss here, what you need to do is go left, stay in the center, left, center, bait that bomb, go left, center, and that's why we're choosing the missile, because the missile actually homes on the enemies. It's a bit janky when it comes sometimes to the attack because it homes on the wrong stuff, but most of the time it's a reliable secondary weapon. Here we're gonna take this weapon, the spread shot, which is super useful. This one is, we're gonna spend mostly half the game using this, and the other half of the game using the other weapon that I had, which is the rocket launcher. So this boss, you need to stay here. Mostly this is the safe spot, except for one attack, especially in the first phase where he gets this arm and throws the laser. So you want to make sure to be careful and watch out for that laser from the left arm. So once you get to the second phase, actually, yeah, like this one, see, I would have been hit if I didn't go down. And since this is hard, enemies have a little bit more health, so we're gonna spend a little bit more time actually fighting the bosses as opposed to normal. The second phase is mostly easy, but you have to watch out because these attacks are a bit random, and you don't want to get hit actually by these projectiles. And okay, that's the second boss. Very good. So that the PlayStation port follows actually the Japanese version order of stages. So this game in the arcade has two versions, Japanese and Word/US. So the Japanese version has a specific order, which is this one. The Word version switches up the order of the stages. So in a way, this version is slightly harder because the latter stages actually are harder. So the game progresses the difficulty when it comes to hard in the Japanese version way more than the actual word version. Like, but not by a lot, but still enough to actually warrant a difference. Alright, so vertical, this is the vertical scrolling stage. And these are the most annoying things. These purple mines, they're so OP. You have to watch out because they have a very big hitbox. So we're being chased by this golem. Typically the golem is not the dangerous guy because although he chases you, but he actually stops. So you don't have to worry too much about him, chasing you. He can hit you, but if he gets too close, actually he stops. This is the most dangerous part. This part where there are so many enemies that, they come down here, and if you get bad RNG, you might get destroyed actually. Yeah, so we have to watch out for these little, these. I'm worried about, there's so many things here happening, and I'm trying to do my best in trying to dodge both the mines and the other stuff. We're good. So now we get to fight the boss, and what we're gonna do is basically get to the safe spot here. Once you get him to a certain spot, you can go to the safe spot, and since we have the spread shot, he does an attack that throws his eyes. You don't see it because I'm canceling all of it, but this is basically the safe strat for him. Is get him down and then go under and just wreck him with the spread shot. And that's stage 3. Very cool designs. I love stage 3 because it changes things up pretty well compared to the other stages. So in the order of the award version, so this stage is actually stage 5. There are 6 stages in the game. This is the 6th. This is the 5th stage. Now on to the Sunken Town, or Atlantis, and this is a challenging stage in a sense that so many things that we have to watch out for. But thankfully we had the spread shot, and the spread shot actually blocks so many attacks. So we're gonna try to advance the screen slightly so that we don't get destroyed. Because these ships, these enemies are so dangerous. Yeah, they have very, very fast attacks. And we're just gonna take our time. Obviously, we're gonna make sure to do both our vertical attack as well as the horizontal attack. One difference between the arcade version and the PlayStation version. So the arcade version, so this weapon actually is super OP in the PlayStation version. I don't know why they decided to do it, but the way the spread shot fires in this version is very, very good. And here these missiles are indestructible. So the way to actually move ahead is fire underneath them so that they can scroll up quickly. So we're good. We're just gonna deal with these annoying enemies. One thing about the secondary weapon, either the missile or the mines, is that if you are underwater, it doesn't reach. You have to be on the surface for the secondary weapon to reach the enemies above the water. So now we changed the weapon to the blue weapon because it has very good AoE. And these enemies, actually, they're very annoying. You can see the bullets, how many bullets they fire. So we just stand in this little area and we actually dodge them. You have to watch out for these guys. I almost forgot about them. These little turrets as well, we need to kill them before advancing. Oh, I forgot about this guy. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this game is tricky in the sense like you have to know when to scroll the screen fast enough and when to scroll the screen slowly. You like in the routing, and there are many ways to play the game obviously, but the way I routed this game is very specific. So if I either like scroll the screen too fast or I don't like follow certain specific strats, it's very easy for me to get destroyed. So I make sure, you know, to yeah, like with these enemies, they're like the most dangerous enemies. All right, same here. Yeah, this sub is so OP. This game is so good. And yeah, as you may have noticed, the art style actually is very similar to Irem. It has the signature of Irem, and yeah, it's the developers of this game obviously went when Irem shut down. They went up and you know, developed some very infamous game called Metal Slug. And you can see the very like similarity when it comes to the pixel art. The music is also very good in this game. So here we have the twins. So the twins are basically they could be dangerous. But hopefully we can kill one guy quickly enough. Okay, that he's dead. That's very good. Yeah, if you don't kill him fast enough, they can actually come back and like wreck you very quickly. So, and I specifically chose this weapon because it has the highest DPS in the game, and it's very good to actually. And here we're in the safe spot. It's very important to keep that safe spot in check, because if they try to like get closer to you, you get cornered, and yeah, it's not fun. All right, so stage 4. On to stage 5. Stage 5, in my opinion, is probably the hardest game. It's the hardest stage in the game. We're in the deep dark sea, and we're gonna have to pick up two things. Well, mainly one thing, because I think, yeah, we have the mines. We'll just need the green weapon, or the spread shot. So the spread shot is gonna help us a lot, especially against the boss of this stage. And I forgot to mention, this game gives you extents. So you saw these little stars that like popping up here. You know, these stars that just pop up the surface. So when you collect 100 of them, you actually get 1 up. So typically in this playthrough, the way I routed it, I collect 1 extend. So we get 1 extend typically for this playthrough. So we have four lives instead of the actual 3. Okay, here this part is a bit dangerous. It is a little bit RNG based, but usually if I stay in this corner and just spam the vertical weapon, or the missile, the mines or the missiles, usually it's very safe. And here we're using a speedrun strat. So typically I can skip all these enemies without having a lot of issues. Because if you have to fight them, you have to like stay for a long time. And we get to fight this little annoying enemy. Yeah, this guy homes into you, and he's not like, yeah, if you're too slow, yeah, he has his little brother joining as well. But yeah, these are the ones that I hate the most because he actually homes into you, and it's not actually fun. If you let him corner you, you're most likely dead. So here we're gonna choose another speedrun strat. So these guys, when you fire, okay, we're gonna try to dodge. Okay, we're out of here. Oof. And we keep our shield. Okay, so this boss, the Hydra. So the Hydra has very important properties. You need to stay in the safe spot. So this is the safe spot, but it's not like super safe. You need to like be careful of that little volcano hole that throws technically the those little projectiles. So you have to make sure, you know, to just show your little nose when actually you're ready to fire. And that's why we chose the spread shot, because the spread shot actually is it reaches farther, and it's very good, because if you have, let's say, the other weapons, it's not as you don't deal a lot of damage. And that's the boss. Very, very good. Okay, that's pretty good. That lists up to stage 6. So this is the final stage. We're already at the final stage, and we have 4 life to spare. And yeah, this is going well, guys. I'm very nervous, but also very happy that I got through this with this amount of life. Because yeah, this game can wreck you super easily. So final stage. Final stage is not a difficult stage. You just have to make sure to not advance the screen very far. Typically, yeah, like deal with this enemy. So yeah, as long as you don't scroll the screen too fast. And we're getting the blue weapon because the blue weapon has very good AoE. So if you see here, it has a lot of range, and it helps us actually deal with the enemies that are like come to us from the right. We still need to be careful of the attacks that come from the helicopters, but mostly the enemies that like are coming from the right, which are typically these little robots, as well as the turrets, and also these little enemies that are like these little bombs that explode. Typically, this is a safe spot for the bombs. But yeah, don't scroll the screen too fast unless you're speedrunning. And actually, when you speedrun this, you have to be like super tight on where you stand and what you're doing. So since we're not speedrunning, we're just trying to survive. This is the way to go. Yeah, so okay, so the chopper is gonna kill this annoying chopper and not. And I think we're good. Okay, now onto this little area where we need to destroy this little hole here. So we're just gonna spam this weapon. That's why I'm choosing this weapon, because it just destroys these enemies. It has very good range, so you're just gonna have to wait until you get the goal, and then you just advance the screen little by little. Just have to watch out for these annoying boats here. And we're good. We're gonna push the screen to skip all these annoying segments here. We're gonna get chased by this boat, but we're gonna despawn him. And yeah, that's it. Alright, so we're gonna wait for the green weapon. Next up is a mid-boss that we're gonna fight. So this mid-boss, actually, with this weapon, he gets wrecked. The key is just staying in the middle. And he's dead. Okay, we're close to the final boss. So since we're doing very well, I'm gonna do a little bit of a tactical death. I'm gonna die right before the boss, because this game is rank-based. So if you actually die right before the boss, you'll get to you'll get to actually lower the rank, which is super important. And yeah, and this boss is so annoying on max rank. Oh my god, it's like, yeah, he's the most annoying boss. Like, I love this game, but this boss is too OP. And when you're gonna notice at the top of his head, so there is a writing. It says, "Never say die still Irem." So the developers put this little Easter egg because when they were developing this game, obviously Irem was going through some difficulties, financial difficulties, and probably the writing was in the wall when it comes to their fate. So they thought, yeah, well, we need to put something, yeah, just for people to remember. Okay, so first phase is these little robots here that throw, not robots, but these little boats, and it's very easy. The second phase, and that's why we're not going max rank, because in max rank these bullet hell patterns are very, very difficult, especially on hard difficulty. And since the boss has a lot of health, you don't get away from this phase up until, I don't know, you get to fight this guy for like maybe 3 minutes. But here, since we lowered the rank, he's actually not too bad. Yeah, see, he dies, like, the phases die so quickly. Okay, fourth phase is more of the same, but he's closer to us, so he doesn't give us a lot of room to maneuver. But as I said, the best decision, if you don't, if you have enough lives to spare, just die before the final boss, before the boss, and you're gonna have way more of a better time compared to if you try to fight him in max rank. Unless you're going for deathless, the 1cc strat actually is just to take a death, lower the rank, and fight him with this. Obviously, when you die, you kind of like lose your power-ups. But since we have this, since the game gives you the green weapon, it's actually not too bad. You get the green weapon right before the boss, and it's actually very, very good. It's still better than having to deal with him all the way. The problem is that our secondary weapon is very weak, but it's okay. So this is the final phase. So the final phase is just memorization, basically. These patterns are fixed. It's actually, this is the easier part. The hardest part was the bullet hell part, and we got through it without any issues because we lowered the rank. Oh my god, okay, oof. Yeah, I was worried about that little projectile. Well, not projectile, but that little missile. Yeah, I want to take my time here because obviously I don't want to take a death. Although I think for 1cc purposes I have enough lives to get through the game. But just to sort of like yeah, play it safe, just gonna take my time. But yeah, this is actually the lowest rank, and the boss still has a lot of health. Imagine on max rank, he's like, there is actually a chance that you might time over sometimes, especially on hard difficulty. If you don't have the right weapons, the time over actually is a real issue. But yeah, here we're just gonna continue doing this, following basically the patterns. And he's dead. That's a 1cc in the hunt. PlayStation ports. Yeah, that was a very good playthrough. I'm so surprised that I got to the final stage deathless. And that's oh, sorry. I wanted to actually stop the timer, but I reset it. But I think we did it in 27 minutes. And yeah, that's In the Hunt. Pretty good game. And the funny thing is that when you beat the game 1cc, you get the bad ending, which is basically your sub died in the battle. Yeah, first time in the first time in the job about the timer, so I messed up the timer, but we got I think 27 minutes the last time I checked, which is good. It's an okay for a safe run. But yeah, I'm very happy about showcasing this game. It's a very good game. If you want to play it on the slightly easier version, although it's not like super easy, the PlayStation mode is better for safety. But overall, I think if you play the arcade version, or even there is a Saturn version that is has a little bit of a slowdown compared to the PlayStation version, but it's very, very good. And yeah, thank you for GG's, guys. Captain Gordon, Confused Mike, hi guys. Nuclear Potato, Raging Mage Sage, Lovesick, Dumplechan, Drumboard Dist, Anthony Parkins, Mega Retro Man, Visibly Shaken. Sorry if I'm massacring your names, guys, but I'm just trying to read. Raptor, Sadistic Pillow, Anthony Parkins, Sadistic Pillow, thank you guys. Yeah, appreciate it. Rorosthorpe. And yeah, that's it for me. I'm very excited, that I got my run. And I'm very also happy to showcase this game and also watch other runners during this marathon. It's going to be an exciting marathon. Enjoy the rest of it. And yeah, I'm signing off. Thank you guys, and have fun. And thank you, Retro Gaming Live, for having my run showcased. And yeah, I'm going to hand it over to Mega Retro Man. Good luck.